Welcome back to London Beautiful Life, and we're at the National Film Awards 2025 at the Porchester Hall. What's it like getting into this whole acting world? Obviously you've done EastEnders and obviously doing other projects. Firstly, what's the difference between a soap and then doing another project? Soap seems to be like a bit of a machine.
Yeah, it moves very quickly. No time to think. You develop an instinct and you have to trust your gut and your instincts, which is amazing. And with filming Curfew, yeah, it was slightly different. You still had to, it still moved quickly, but there was an end in sight, which meant that I found that for myself, with having an end goal in sight, I could sort of maintain an enthusiasm for longer because there's an end, you know? Yeah. We're
doing EastEnders as well. When it comes to like learning scripts, is it quite fast paced? How did you learn those scripts and in a fast paced kind of capacity?
I feel like you sort of just do because you have to. If you don't know your lines, then, and it depends on the story. Sometimes it's very conversational, and somehow I can just, if it is conversational, very back and forth, I can sort of look at it once and just do it and understand what I have to say based on what they're saying. So that's sort of easy. But when the story's a little bit nittier and grittier and there's more sort of substance to what you're doing, it's a good idea to learn it a couple of days in advance. Preaching to myself there.
If you were ever going to do a story or a script that it might be out of your comfort zone, do you ever think twice about doing it? Or would you be like, actually, yeah, I want to try and do this role?
No, I'd love to do something that really sort of required a lot of me and sort of forced me to go somewhere. And I can romanticize suffering, and I think that that's something that artists sort of do. I don't know, maybe just I have some sort of issue, but I can romanticize suffering, and the idea of really sort of going to a perhaps quite a dark place for the sake of pouring your whole soul into a role, that's really great. I love that, and I love those sort of actors that do that. Joaquin Phoenix, he ate like an apple a day for 6 months to get into that sort of Joker state. And I just look at that and I'm like, oh my God, that's incredible, you know, like, wow.
It's been also an incredible year for like film and TV. What's been your standout film and TV shows?
I don't watch anything. No, I live with monks. Yeah.
Talking about TV as well, Strictly Come Dancing, what was that like?
Amazing.
Would you do it again if there was an All-Stars?
Maybe I would actually, yeah. But at the same time, I've always said that if a friend of mine had the opportunity to do it, I'd say absolutely you must do it. But I don't know if I'd do it again, just because it was 12 hours a day of dancing non-stop and the most intense physical challenge I've ever done.
You also had to do other projects like EastEnders or other...
I was just there.
Was it how intense, like for the viewers who watch it? It's easy for us to watch it and be like, judge people on it, be like, oh, that looks really easy, but how intense is it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Dancers, professional dancers who have been competing since they were 5 years old are nuts. But they're incredible, and of course, when they get a sort of a whiff that they might be in a chance of being in the final, they want to get you to the final, you know? But they're just the fittest people in the world, and it was incredible.
What was it like doing Curfew?
It was amazing. I was surrounded by just royalty, in my humble opinion. I made dear friends on that show. I didn't think for a second I'd even get the role, if I'm honest with you. But it was a beautiful audition, and we were really supported. So it was an amazing experience.
I must admit, you are very talented. You're doing musical theatre. You're obviously an amazing singer. And doing acting films. What would you say is the most challenging to do out of all those three?
It's really different, because to execute 10 shows a week, 12 shows a week is so different to doing TV work, and actually you have to treat them differently, because there's a projection level, for example, that you need when you're doing theatre, and then when you're doing TV, I learned very quickly to stop projecting, singer, and to actually speak just like how you and I would speak right now, because the mics are on. It's all very different, but I love them both. I love the 4 a.m. starts to be camera ready. I'm not mad at them, but I'm also not mad at the fact that I can try and do 12 shows a week and have fun, having a different audience every night, never getting complacent. So I love them both, and I know that's probably not the answer you wanted to hear, but it's my truth, and I feel very lucky that I've been in theatre for over 10 years now and started my TV acting career doing Pretty Red Dress, now Curfew, and hopefully there's more to come.
Are you about to do another theatre show?
I am, yeah. I'm about to start Adams in a week. A week today, we open up in Birmingham, and I'm playing Morticia. It's only an 8-week run. Very different for me, because I speak with my hands. I'm very, everything about me is quite expressive. But Morticia is she's very grounded, and I've got to try and be very still most of the time, and I'm going to struggle a little bit, I think, but I'm going to try my absolute best.
Can we expect any more new music as well? Can I just say also Let It Go is one of my all-time favourite songs, and Tonight.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So you like this album. I love you.
And Sit On Top of the World.
Oh my God, I love you.
Oh la la.
Yeah, oh my God, you'll be my friend. There will be more music. It's just that I got held up, and I'm going to be honest, by having kids. I was releasing music, fell pregnant. Releasing music, the plan was to release it again, got pregnant. So I am enjoying being a mum. I'm finally feeling like myself again after I ran the marathon a couple of months ago, and I'm just trying to take things slowly, but balance my life better, being a mum and working. It's very difficult, if I'm honest with you. I don't have the answers. I'm only living on 3 to 4 hours sleep at the minute, but I'm hoping that gets better, hence why my voice is like this. But I'm just trying, all you can do is try, and I really want to get music back out there because it's my true love.
I would love to see a collab with you and Beyonce, because obviously you guys did do a performance together.
Amazing, and I actually went to go see her perform as well at Tottenham, at Stadium, which was sensational.
Have you ever seen her since the X Factor?
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
Oh, wow. What is she like in person?
She's amazing. She's a hard grafter, she's wonderful.
What was it like working on My Fault?
I was terrific. It was lovely. Great locations, filmed all in London. Well, no, some in Spain. And great cast, great directors, just fantastic people all around. It's always great working with good people. That's one of the reasons why you do this.
So I actually was at the premiere for the My Fault London. I actually asked you a question back then. I don't want to throw you under the bus, but the question was, had you seen the Spanish one at the time? You said no. Have you seen it yet? The original?
No.
But it's still the same.
No, the thing is always, if you're doing something, never watch a version of the thing that you're doing, because otherwise it will just, subconsciously take sort of ideas from the other film, and it's not the same film. But we're filming number 2 as we speak.
I was going to say, what can we expect for Your Fault London?
Ooh, a lot of intrigue, still more love in the stories, and secrets might be revealed.
Are you going to take that on set?
Yeah, I'm going to take that and show them. Yeah, I'm going to take it on set and show them. Yeah.
I know you said there'll be secrets revealed, but is there going to be bigger houses, faster cars? What type of set are we going to look forward to seeing?
There are much bigger houses, like huge houses. I have a country house, which is huge. That's all I can really say. But yeah, the houses are bigger, the cars are bigger. There's a few Aston Martins and stuff.
Amazon's got bigger budget.
Amazon's got a flawless budget, so it's bottomless.
I'm excited to see it. I love the first one.
No, it'd be really good, and we're doing 3 as well.
Yeah. So the last one's Our Fault London.
Our Fault, yeah. So we start 3 sometime soon. I can't tell you when, but yeah.
So it's very back to back. Is that quite good though? So you don't have too much long of a break, and it's all still refreshed in your mind, or does other work become quite conflicting with that?
No, you're contracted for the film, so you can't. Whatever it is that you do, you're going to work around this. So, but I actually prefer them when they're back to back, because otherwise you wait a distance like a year. Well, actually, it's been about a year, maybe a year and a bit when we did My Fault. So yeah, filming Your Fault now. But obviously, every time you do a third of something, it comes quicker.
And it's generating a really big fan base, and what I'm loving is seeing the sneak peeks of this new one, which Amazon have been promoting, of you guys behind the scenes. You guys seem like a huge family. What is it like working with like people like Asher and Matt?
Oh, it's wonderful. They're a great bunch. I mean, really, as I was saying earlier, one of the great things about filming is not just the work, it's about the people that you're working with. And if you've got a great rapport with people, it just makes it makes filming a lot easier. I mean, you're sitting in trailers quite a lot. You know what I mean? If the weather's terrible, you're gonna have to go out there in the rain or whatever it is, and you're sort of all there supporting each other. So and they're long days. Like the last couple of days, we've been filming in 33 degrees. In a building which was just made of glass, like high up. So the heat is, and it's filming. People think is all glamorous, and they're long, drawn out, tedious days. But we love it.
Just off camera, you just said you're living in LA. What would you say is the comparisons of working in LA to working in the UK?
America and the UK, I thought they had a lot of similarities, and they do. But I guess the difference is that it's just like a bigger scale. There's a lot more people to one job, like behind the scenes. It is similar. There is a lot of similarities. Like we're all still telling stories. We're all making, it's just a lot warmer out there. Apart from today. Today is freakishly warm. I landed yesterday and was like, how is it hotter in England but it's humid. That's why. But I think that. One of the biggest differeces I've noticed is just how many more people there are on a set in America compared to the UK. Like I've worked on some like bare bones sets, and Hollyoaks is a big machine, but independent film or another sort of TV set, they usually have like quite minimal people on set. So it's bigger, isn't it? I know that's simple, but it is.
What project are you working on? Many projects out there at the moment.
So I just did a horror film, my first ever horror film, which I've never done it before. But it's kind of, whilst it is horror, it's a real life horror. It's about a real life incident. So I'm not faking anything, and so it still felt. It was a comedy as well, so it didn't feel that different. But obviously the effects and everything will, so I'm excited for that to come out. And I just did a hair commercial the other day, which was really fun. I've never done that before, and I was like, I should do hair commercials, why not?
What would you say is the difference between working in a soap kind of world to then working in like film? Because soap seems to be very like a machine.
Well, soap and TV is different as well, because soap is just such a long-running like storytelling form that you're with the characters for a really long time. The audience are invested. You kind of you put the costume on and you are them. And television, it might be a shorter period of time too. And then film, the thing I like about film is like you're all on the same story from beginning, middle to end, and you're all on this one project together. And then when it's finished, you all move on. In soap, there's a lot of writers and directors and producers and actors, and there's a lot of turnover, and it's very fast. So film, I feel like you get a bit more time. I mean, if you have the budget. If you don't have a budget, you work probably even faster than soap, which I've experienced both. So, it's there's fun in both.
Obviously, also when it came to Hollyoaks as well, a lot of people have been going back. Would you ever go back?
Ooh, I always say never, because I just think it's one of those things that you just don't know. At the moment, I don't see it. I'm still enjoying what I'm doing, and I lived in Liverpool for a while, and I'm a bit of a traveller anyway. It's probably why I went, I like to move around, and I think that's kind of, as an actor, I've experienced film now and other, genres, and I just feel like there's more to be explored, so that kind of naturally makes me feel, I just like new things.
Excited about today?
Yes, I'm super excited, just seeing all the nominations and all of the other great actors. Yeah, it's just amazing and a huge honour to be even nominated here. So yeah, I'm super excited.
You're nominated for Peter Pan's Nightmare Neverland. How was that to work on?
To work on it, it was a lot of work to do. Obviously, with Peter Pan being like evil, and then at the end I had to do some gruesome stuff to him. So yeah, I mean, it's quite challenging, but it was super fun to work with all the other co-stars. I had Martin, Megan, made it super easy for me to act alongside. So yeah, it's amazing.
Obviously, you're up for an award today. When did you find out, and how did you celebrate for being nominated for today?
I mean, it was my director, Scott. He posted in like the WhatsApp group, oh, we got nominated for this. And then as soon as I saw the other nominations, me and my family just got really happy, and we had to come here. So yeah,
some big names in that list as well. It's Hugh Grant. Who else is in there?
Grant, I think Clive Owen, I'm not sure, and then I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a huge blur to me. So I'm just super excited.
Also, you have worked with huge stars as well, like Russell Crowe. So I think you should be used to get a nice little glimpse of what your future could be like. What can we expect from you as well in the future?
What I can expect.
What can we expect from you?
From me? Oh, I mean, I want to get more action films. Like, I want to get onto Marvel and stuff. And Percy Jackson, that would be a huge thing for me. Because I'm into Greek mythology. So if I get Percy Jackson, that is what I'm aiming to get mostly. And yeah, I just get more horror, because that's my favourite genre by far.
Well, who would you say has been your most enjoyable interview you've done?
Most enjoyable interview?
One that really stands out for you?
Do you know what? But the first interview that I ever did was with Nicki Minaj. And I'd never done an interview in my life. And
you nervous?
I was so nervous. But she was lovely and really chatty. And that one always stands out to me because I didn't even know how to start and finish an interview. I was like, so do I say, hello, Nicki Minaj, and welcome? I literally didn't know. So it was like the learning grounds for me, and it was like the best place to learn. You get thrown into the deep end, you know?
What advice would you give to people that want to become a presenter? Because obviously I know a lot of people ask, I guess, me and my friends who do it, and they're like, do you have notes or whatever? But what advice would you give people?
I'm a big prepper, so advice that I would give to aspiring presenters would be just like, be as prepared as you can possibly be. I am reading the scripts over and over. I am rewriting the questions so that they like mean something to me. When I did my screen test for MTV, I was practicing with my parents. This was a long time ago. They were like doing a pretend auto cue on fake cue cards, and I was like practicing that. So that is like so key, rather than just going into it and seeing what happens. It's like make sure that you're super prepared so that if anything goes wrong, you know what you're doing. And then also just like building up socials. I think that's the most important thing right now. Unfortunately, that wasn't the vibe when I started, but yeah, right now it seems very much like building your own brand.
Also, you met Rihanna recently. What was she like?
Yes, met Rihanna. That was very surreal. I was hosting her premiere for Smurfs in Brussels. She was 3 hours late. So she missed a lot of stuff, but she's pregnant, isn't she? And she was travelling with her family, so I guess that, fair enough. But honestly, yeah, meeting her was a dream. She was one of the only people that like were on my bucket list I hadn't met yet, so it was nice. She smelled amazing. She was very friendly, just very courteous, and gave people time. So yeah, no like diva vibes or anything,
What was the Smurfs film? Did you get to watch Smurfs, the new one? No, well, I haven't seen it yet either. I have heard it's quite good. So I'm looking forward to see, and I'm intrigued to see what Rihanna's going to be like as the Smurfette.
Yeah, me too. I'm really looking forward to seeing the film, and I think like it was something that I grew up on as well. And I was talking to the director on the carpet, who was saying that they've really tried to make it so that it's nostalgic and fun for adults, but also it's like this whole new sort of Smurf universe for like kids as well. So. And the stars in it are amazing as well, like Dan Levy, James Corden. So I know that they will make it great, and the soundtrack is banging. So yeah.
If you have to have a dream interview, who would be your dream interviewer or interview to interview? That did not make sense, but who would be the person you would love to interview?
I would say Rihanna. I'd like a little bit more time with Rihanna, but I feel like I just met her, so that's a boring answer. Maybe Jay-Z. And Beyonce. Not at the same time though, because I want one-on-one time with both of them. So yeah, they're the ultimates. And I feel like now that Rihanna's ticked off, I'll be working through them.
When it comes to films and TV over the last year, what has been a standout show or film for you?
You mean that I've seen?
Yeah, that you've seen.
I really loved The Whale. I saw that last year. That was really stand out. And this year I saw Sinners, which is a pretty cool film. I just thought it hit all the marks for me.
Okay, I've heard a lot of things about this film. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's a great film. Yeah, it's like Tarantino-esque, but modern. It's great. It's so good.
So when it comes to acting as well, obviously for people that want to get into this industry, what advice would you give them?
I would say prepare to be thick-skinned because rejection is part and parcel of it, and just keep going. Like just as long as you're in the game and you know what you're doing, you got a bit of talent, you got a bit of drive, you'll get work. So just keep going.
And what would you say is the difference between like doing a film or like a set TV show, like I guess a Netflix drama, and doing a soap like Hollyoaks, which is a machine? What would you say is the difference between that?
That's exactly it. It's a machine. So just like 1,000 cogs all spinning all at once, whereas a film or a drama is very much slower pace. So you can do a scene in one day, whereas in Hollyoaks it's like 10 scenes a day kind of thing. So it's really fast.
And for like, what advice would you give people who do go into soaps, who are brand new into it? Because I'm assuming learning a script, there has to be a technique. What technique did you use?
So for me, it's just practice. You get the script, you read it, you just go over it and over it, and eventually it becomes like muscle memory. So you become like when you're working out in the gym, you get stronger and stronger and stronger, and that's how I learn my lines anyway.
And you recently did a film where I think you were a psycho, weren't you? What was that like?
Yeah, so that's the one we've been nominated for tonight, Departures. So I'm kind of a little bit toxic alpha male kind of thing in this film. So yeah, that was fun to play though.
Is it a quite gruesome film? I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to say heard about it.
It's not gruesome, it's just it's quite explicit in certain places, but in a good way. You have to see it.
Check it out. And then also back with Hollyoaks, you died in Hollyoaks, didn't you? Would you bet I know they resurrect characters a lot. Would you ever resurrect yourself back into Hollyoaks at some point in the future?
I mean, if the opportunity came up, maybe play like my Spanish twin brother or something, or I don't know, anything. Yeah, if it comes around, then I'll take it, of course.
What was it like working with Jennifer Metcalf as well? One of the most, wasn't she like number 10 in the sexiest women at one point?
I mean, she is like, she's one of my best friends now. She's such a dream to work with. She's so down to earth and so talented. She's like the whole package, really. Yeah.
I know, or some people may not know, that you've got a very exciting new film coming out. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, yeah. So it's a movie on Netflix. It's called My Oxford Year, starring Sophia Carson and Corey Milcreast. It's coming out August 1st. It's about young American woman comes to Oxford University for a year and meets a young man called Jamie who changes both their lives forever. And it's a beautiful...
I'm so excited. I remember seeing the trailer and I was just instantly obsessed. I think it's just, there's something about that relationship, that forbidden romance that's just so enticing as an audience member. What was it like working with the cast?
Well, I'm the writer, so obviously I write them the words, provide them...
Do you envision certain characters when you're writing? Like how...
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, both of them are just... I mean, our lead actors are superb. I should give a shout out to supporting actors as well because the team around them are so good. The comedy in the film. Ian Morris is our director. He did The In-Betweeners. Really great guy. He really brings out the comedy in this, from the script and in the piece. It's so good.
So it's a movie with lots of roller coaster emotions, and we don't really know what to expect.
Absolutely. There's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. I think.
And did you just say we need to get the tissues ready as well?
Maybe there's going to be some emotional moments in there, yes.
So Peter Pan, it's up for quite a few nominations today, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A few of the cast here got nominated and just the film overall, so yeah.
What was it like working on that film?
It was fast-paced, very rushed, very low budget, tight schedule. Not like some of the other films here, but working with Scott and Reese and Jagged Edge, those guys, is always a lot of fun.
And with the Pooniverse getting more popular, I know there's going to be Pinocchio coming out. What else is there coming out? Actually,
it's about to come out. Yeah.
What else can we get? What else can we expect in that world?
Well, I mean, yeah, the one coming up very soon is Bambi. That's going to be in cinemas in literally a few weeks, and then Pinocchio Unstrung in sometime next year, I think. And then, ultimately is the Pooniverse, the Monsters Assemble, which is the big one. That's the big sort of, all of them coming together and having a big fight, and
How is also like the fans taken a lot? Because obviously it can be very hit and miss with our favourite Disney characters turning into horror now characters?
I mean, yeah, the public is very Marmite with this. They either love it or they hate it. But the ones that love it, the fan base is very hardcore. We have, you know, people love these films, and we're very grateful for the fans that support us and help get us nominated to places like this. But then inside the fans, we have people that love the more serious horror, people that love the more schlocky horror, and we try and make films that, you know, match either of those. So Peter Pan is a much more dark, sinister version of those films, whereas Winnie the Pooh is a lot more sort of silly, funny horror kind of, yeah.
And for people that also want to get into film or TV, what advice would you give them?
Advice to people getting into it? Just get on and do it, really. There's no excuse to not shoot something. You know, we've all got cameras in our pockets now. I think we've, you know, got access to so much great technology for free, for very cheap. You know, a bunch of friends who are kids or anyone can get together and make something and tell a story. And it doesn't even have to be good. There's an audience for things that are shot badly, do you know what I mean? And it's like, if you want to get into this industry, just go out and start doing it and meet people that want to do it and, you know, progress together. And, you know, if you find what you enjoy and get good at it, you'll find yourself eventually, yeah.
Hi, Bobby. How are you feeling?
I'm a little bit nervous and a little bit taken aback and a little bit embarrassed and very much humbled and very grateful, because I really don't feel like I deserved this one. I just wasn't expecting that at all. So much so that when I read an email, they said, make sure that you prepare a speech, and I just thought, nah, don't worry about it.
They're bluffing. Well, best supporting actor, that must feel incredible. I mean, what is that feeling when they say your name and you go up on stage?
Well, it's nice, but as I say, I just felt a little bit embarrassed and very grateful, because I was sat next to a really wonderful actor, one of my castmates, who was also up for the award. So, yeah, I don't really know how I feel.
I mean, it's an incredible achievement. What is next for you, Bobby? What lies ahead for the rest of 2025?
Well, I'm still at EastEnders, which is home. That's where my family are. That's where I've sort of built a foundation. So I'm going to do my best there until I leave, and then who knows, hopefully I get something to do. Yeah.
Something would be great. If I was to say to you, what's your dream project? What is the one thing that you would love to do?
I don't know, that's a far out question, but I'd really like to be on set with people that I'm inspired by and can just watch and learn from. And yeah, I want to learn, I want to be good, you know.
And just before you go, what's the one piece of advice that you give someone who's trying to get into the industry, or what you'd give to advice to yourself 10 years ago?
Well, 10 years ago, I would have been 12 years old.
An aspiring young actor, what would you say to somebody in that position?
I'd say find an interest other than just acting. Like, why do you like acting? Why do you want to act? Why do you want to tell stories, you know? Because there's wanting to be an actor, and then there's wanting to, you know, express ourselves through the means of a character and tell a story and hopefully make people feel.